Hi all, we are playing some Maverick in Modern. We are an X-Mage. This hand is not capable. This hand is neither, because we don't have lands. This is better. So we really need to get the fetch to pair with Titania. I guess we can put the flagstones at the bottom. Am I really forced to put the second land at the bottom? Maybe I'm supposed to put the giver at the bottom. No, you know what? I'll put the second land at the bottom and start with giver. Yeah. This isn't... Oh wow, we're playing against an interactive deck. That's not good. Got into a deep mulligan versus interactive deck. At least we're on the draw. If we're gonna trade resources. I guess... Okay, so maybe they're Murktide. Resolving this Titania seems like a pipe dream. With this kind of board state here. Maybe I can go Noble Hierarch and trick them into killing it. Or I can go Giver, yeah. Giver here is better because next turn I will be able to go grab basic and go Hierarch plus another Giver. So I'm making them feel the pressure here. They're hitting. It's fine. Okay. Found another giver, which is nice. I think we lead with the Hierarch. No, I think we need with... I'm not sure. I'll lead with the Hierarch. Yeah, we're so far away from doing anything here. We really need the Knight of the Reliquary here to get us... to also survive, and then later get us out of this spot. We are burning through the opponent's burn removal, pun intended. Now this is interesting. We drew all 4 of our givers. I guess the opponent is annoyed out of their mind, but like we are in down to 1 card in hand, and you know they can just resolve a Murktide and fly over us and kill us. If we draw more lands, then Titania is okay. Now the only cards that we don't want to draw here is our Polar Grazer, basically. I'll take the Ragavan hit, because from next turn on my giver runes are basically invincible. This potentially exposes a giver to Prismatic Ending. If they hit the Prismatic Ending, then I guess we just lost. Okay, they hit a forest. Now our givers are in a pretty good situation. Please be a fetch or something. Oh wow. We really can't have watching there. With them, with them having all this open mana. We really can't. Something to think about is that if I withdraw a fetch, I think we're just passing here. They can dash the Ragavan Reel. If they do it, I will block the Hierarch, because this indicates that they have removal. No, maybe that's wrong. Yeah, we need to block the giver, because if I tap to give one hierarch protection. Then I can't protect the other giver, so yeah, the dash Ragavan I need to do it this way. Hopefully they tap out here. Maybe they go Ragavan, dash Ragavan plus Bolt. That would be a line. No, they're just casting the Ragavan here. They definitely have counterspell. Okay, let's draw out their counterspell with their Journey on. Importantly, the opponent doesn't know that what we have in our hand. Okay. I thought that they would counter. They would not counter it and try to counter Kellan, because this is the, let's say, the high level play. It's not necessarily the correct one. It's the play that Magic players think smart about, feel smart about, and this is what I would have done, for example, in their shoes. Again, maybe it was correct given that they played nothing for a couple of turns to counter this, but this is something to think about. Okay, so they're playing DRC here. Now we are in a precarious situation. I think our plan here is to block a Ragavan with a giver. No, we still don't get the opportunity. Play on Tawara. Okay. I'll just cast my other Hierarch here. Attack with the first one. I know I can't attack with the first one. Oh wow, they're counterspelling anything on sight. Yeah, they're definitely working towards growing some Murktide here. So I think I'll blindly Eldritch Evolution next turn for an Night Reliquary. Given how this game shapes up, I don't think they will have more counter spells, but maybe they have Spell Pierce. Yeah, we really can't play around Spell Pierce though. Come on, land. It wasn't a land. Let's see if they have more counter spells. They had a third counter spell? Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, when the control decks hit all their counter spells, we don't have a good chance. With a mulligan 5 at least. Also, remember when I had the initial mulligan decision and I kept Titania instead of a land? Yeah, I'm definitely regretting it now. We can't even play around Spell Pierce by drawing a land. Okay, so they're going for Murktide here. Yeah, that's interesting. I think that they have us because yeah, they went 3 counterspells in a row. So they have exactly 11 damage. If we draw a land, not this land though. I could have gone Eldritch Evolution, but I don't want to show them the Eldritch Evolution. So we'll scope here. Yeah, definitely lost because I kept Titania in the opening hand. Of course, this is not the only I don't think I lost due to gameplay. I think this is the only reason, the decision that made me lose. Of course, they could have won just finely even if I had a land instead of the Titania, if I drew more lands. So this is, this is a realization I had at the end of the line. Okay, so against their deck Eldritch Evolution, the Titania is not really good. The Rage Captain is pretty good, and I think we can run it back like this. Endurance is also pretty good. Actually, if I'm playing Endurance, having one Eladamri Skull is fine. I can get either a Grazer or a Hierarch. Grazer is better, I think. I can cut Flagstones, I think. No, we shouldn't cut Flagstones. I'll got an Arbor, a Dryad here, but a Dryad can kill the Ragavan though. Maybe I'm not interested in this. Maybe I am. Yeah, not sure. Oh, Ranger is not really good against their deck. Should I get a Hierarch? I want them to feel the pressure, so I'll cut the Dryad instead. Yeah. I don't know if I recorded the videos, but earlier on today I was dumpstering Murktide, so it's only right to dumpster me back. Like, oh god, our deck really hates us. Yeah, this is a hard mulligan. So yeah, we're not having any fun here. We're supposed to have, like, spells in our deck. I know that I have half my deck being lands, but this is more than the normal amount. I guess we mulligan it again. We could go Stomping Ground turn on, no play Hierarch, and then have Blast Zone, which is kind of a removal spell. The issue is that if we mulligan too far, then they just one-for-one kill our things. But I guess it's correct to mulligan it more. Okay, this is better. We can bottom the Grazer. The bottom the Reclaimer. Maybe I'm supposed to bottom the Knight here. How much, as much as it pains me, we should bottom the Knight here because we also don't have payos for it. I mean, forests or plains. Now with this hand, we need to work really hard. They get 7. I don't have really good prospects of winning here. We need to keep our 7-card hands too, in at least one game of Magic to try to have a good chance. I mean, we could have beaten them, but we needed a good, like, if this was a plains, maybe it would be more hopeful, but with this kind of situation, yeah, I'm not very sure. But at least we'll try it because this Reclaimer can get us out of the game if it remains unanswered. Because it can grab flank stones after Kyre and then sacrifice this to basically get card advantage. The main issue with this kind of hands is that we can't really double spell. And this is how you beat control, by double spelling, but we won't have enough resources to double spell. This is the issue here. Yeah, they're bolting it too. That's a shame. So if I... Oh, we found a land. Do I just run the Kyolan out there? I think I do. Because if they spend resources to answer this, I can resolve my Sentinel afterwards. I know that this is not getting advantage out of Kyolan, but we really need to do something about our tempo. Because Murktide, like, just ends up plays Murktide and then just wins. Okay, so now our lands are pretty okay-ish. So now we need to draw Knight. That would be a good moment. Note that they used Bolt in my first threat, which makes me hopeful that they don't have another removal for my second. Wow. Okay. We get to do this. We get to trigger They have land plus instant, so they can't play instant and like being sorcery or something. Okay, we found another Kellan. Now this is kind of the card advantage I'm talking about. Okay, so we got a 2-for-1 with our Kellan, so this reveals that we may still be in this game. Also note that they can't counter this with an easy counter spell. They need to have subtlety or something. And now we got also kind of an advantage here because we get a map token. So until they have Delirium, we can actually practically try to map the Kellan. I complained, and then I just suddenly have a board presence. Alright. But we got really lucky and they did have another bolt first, and then we also hit a Kellan. And you know, maybe they misplayed, maybe they need to switch to damage spell on our first threat and reserve the bolt for Kellan. We can't know this. Okay, so they're going for double channeler, which makes me feel really good I didn't show them this blast zone. I think they will just cast the channeler here, and this blast zone will be a 2-for-1 and we'll just win. We are getting very lucky here. And there's no way they're not playing this the second Dragon Rage's channeler. No, excuse me. Nice. Also, this Sentinel of the Nameless Seed having Vigilance randomly is like huge. I don't want to actually show them the blast zone. Maybe they will block. You know what? I don't want them to get cards in their graveyard either. So let's get rid of their things and attack with both. We are creating maps here. Oh, we found another card with Kellan. That's amazing. Yeah, that was something insane. This Kellan drew us basically... It's amazing card, drew us basically 2 cards. And we also have this ongoing card advantage here with Sentinel. Nameless Sentinel. We also have these maps here going for us, depending on how buff this Ledger Strider gets. We will be able to maybe create a big Sentinel. Yeah, the opponent mistapping here, so they asked for a rollback. So they have 1-2 instant sorcery, so they can go Ledger Strider plus Murktide, but their Murktide will only be a 5-5. And against the 5-5 Murktide, I guess our Sentinel can do things. They have Delirium. Oh wow. I think they have Delirium. So they have land, instant, sorcery, and creature. Yeah, and they're binning Murktide here. That's a heck of a decision. Probably they have another Murktide. Okay. Okay. So the opponent kindly gave us the turn back because, you know, it was kind of their fault. Okay. So having this knight here gives us the option of going I can trigger the Kellan, of course. Or I can go Giver of Runes plus Knight. I don't know which is better. I do have 2 lands in my graveyard. So they're in a precarious life total. Yeah, I think I'll just attack with Kellan here. Um, okay, opponent is a good sport, but okay, we found endurance, which is actually pretty good. Wow. Now we need to play around Murktide here. I was gonna play the knight, but I think playing around Murktide is more important right now. Okay. This Ledger Shredder is doing a lot of work for the opponent, I must admit, but yeah. So we can even map token on our endurance. At some point we will need to double spell, but I want the turn I double spell to be the turn where I go Giver of Runes, Giver of Runes Kellan and cast the Kellan, so to the turn that I will have cast all my spells. Do I just try to map on my endurance or on my Kellan is the question. I think mapping on endurance is better. Let's try to fix our the top of our deck. This also plays around bold, which is why I prefer it. Also, our knight is a 4/4, right? Okay, we found a land which is functionally the same as... yeah, we found a withdrawal card basically here. But I would still like to find a creature maybe here. No, we won't put this in a graveyard. Because we will attack with both. They have the option of trading their channeler with our Kellan here, but I will draw the knight and cast the knight. Endurance is a good card, who knew? Yeah, we got the trigger Kellan here. Now this exposes us to Ragavan. But I think I'm fine because I have a lot of like... Okay, so we need to kill their channeler. We're going down to 6, which is a low life total. And we get to go knight here. Okay, we got counter spells. Then, but I didn't get to surveil. This is why I attacked first. So, have pretty good attacks with this endurance here. Did the opponent say something? No, they're just good sports still. Okay, so the point here is that I attack first, because I may need to double spell afterwards. So afterwards I can have a big turn where I go Hierarch, Giver, Journey on Kellan. I don't think there's merit enough to do this. Wow. Now this unlocks a lot of my things. It's amazing how many cards that first Kellan drew us. Like even it even drew endurance right when we needed it. I was ready to call quits, I must admit. Okay, so we're going knight here. Is it still a valid target? Okay, it's an ability when it's on in play. That's an interesting thing to know. Going Noble Hierarch, Giver of Runes. And pass the turn here. Next turn we will be able to go Kellan, Journey On rather, crack him up and then have a little endurance if we attack only with it. Do they have delirium? No, but they can have a 5/5 Murktide. I think it's important that if they have a 5/5 if they have a 5/5 Murktide, then they die because they need to crack their fetch to do it. Yeah. So it's impossible for them to play Murktide. Maybe they don't realize they're dead on board. Maybe they have the delirium. No, we're just going for Murktide, so we give protection to our endurance, and it is a 5/5 with this Noble Hierarch Exalted trigger. Yeah. And this is still game 2. Okay, so we give this protection from blue. And then attack with it for exactly 5. Yep. Okay, so I don't know why I'm not playing Pick Your Poison. I guess it never occurred to me. It's also a new card. Is there a reason to go to recommend the second Eldamri's Call now that we know about the Shredders? Maybe we knew it for them from the first game, but I didn't remember it. Maybe there is. Maybe Ranger Cutter is too fragile, so I prefer going Eldamri's Call for Endurance. Yeah, maybe we need to keep the Ranger Captain only in the case where we would like to go. But Eldamri's Call is such a slow card. No, I'll still stick with Captain. Yeah. What I was gonna say is that maybe in some matchups you want to keep Captain and have Eldritch Evolution so that you can sacrifice your Captain and protect your Eldritch Evolution from getting countered. Now we finally have a hand that is acceptable to keep on 7. We still don't have a second white for the Captain, but we do have a Blast Zone, plus Path to Exile, plus Giver. Now the principal thing to do is to mulligan this actually. They're also playing first. Okay, instantly rewarded because we got a strictly better hand. So we can lead with Giver here. If they play nothing, they have more Stern Scoldings than Spell Pierces. Maybe they have more Stern Scoldings than Spell Pierces. But Giver creates less value the longer we don't play it. So I guess we run this out despite the risks. Although I guess they can also bolt it turn 1 and get positive on tempo. This is what I'm trying to avoid, letting them get positive on tempo. On the other hand, if it gets turn Scolding, then I have turn to Kellan. Okay. I don't have the time for Journey On basically with this line I took. But if we got Spell Pierce turn 1, it would be very bad for us. It would have been very bad for us. Okay, so they're going for a Shredder here. This means that it's safe. Oh, they also have Bubble to trigger it. That's very bad news for us. The bad news part is that okay, we will resolve Kellan, but I don't expecting it to survive. And they start having some decent pressure with the Shredder. Shredder is a good card. They also have already kind of a graveyard. We go Forest here. I think we do. We're just casting Kellan here. Passing the turn. If, contrary to all that is possible, this Ranger Captain survives, manages to resolve the rather, then we are pretty okay. Did they just play a land? Why did they do it? If they double spell here, then our captain survives, and we will be able to go grab our Elvish Reclaimer. So it will be interesting, to say the least. Okay, so they're unholy hitting our Kellan, which means that our captain will resolve. This matchup is all about gaining tempo, but we are losing it due to this Shredder killing us in the air. When I say gaining tempo, I mean gaining tempo about killing them. So I'll go Temple Garden now. Or did I go Horizon Canopy? I think I'm supposed to go Temple Garden. But I'm not very hopeful. If they go Subtlety, we are lost in Telescope. It's a very easy distinction to make. A distinction realization to make. Yeah. Are we dead? Yeah, we're completely dead. The issue is that we have no answer to this Shredder. I guess we have paths, and they have only one card in hand. So following this rationale, I need to bottom the captain, maybe. No, I can take... I can take 3, then 4 or 5 damage. 8 damage, go down to 7. Okay, I'll keep the captain on top, just in case their last card isn't Murktide. And just in case they have nothing. If they have nothing, and the top of my deck right now, before I put the Ranger on top of it, is a path or a removal for this Ranger, then we are okay. Even if it's Counterspell, if it's Counterspell, we are lost. So... Why did I put it at the bottom? Oh, okay. I put it at the bottom, which was a mistake. I thought that was... I was putting it on top. Okay. In retrospect, that was the correct play, but because I could be dead right now. Endurance could be a thing. I can go Lair plus Endurance their graveyard next turn. Granted, they do nothing. This trader is not the fastest clock, but fortunately it's a very hard clock to unsure. Are you kidding me? So we're gonna go Endurance in their upkeep. Okay, we drew out a fully fleshed counterspell. So this means that if we draw one of our 6 removal spells this turn, or the turn after it will be precarious because they have bolts in their deck, but if we do it right now, we didn't. Okay. That's it. See you next time.